Hey everybody, this is Brandon Luna,
Randy Rankin.
and we are here with Carlson Young. How you doing?
Carlson Young from,
Oh, thank you.
from MTV's Scream, the TV series. Yes. It's your first time in Dallas?
No, I'm from Fort Worth.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Very cool.
If
So
we had
local.
IMDb'd you, we might know that.
So how'd you get into the Scream franchise? What was the process for you?
I just auditioned like the regular way, but I was a huge fan of the franchise, so it was just an honor to even really have the audition. But once I booked it, of course, it was like, it's a lot of pressure, but I think we're doing okay.
MTV treating you guys well?
Yes, it's a great place to work.
So I'm only 2 episodes in.
Okay.
I came late to the party, but you're really good at that. You're very cool.
Thank you.
It's a totally different scenario than the movie, but yet it has a lot of the elements of the movie.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about okay, you're in season 2 now.
Yeah. We're shooting the season 2 right now, but I think the first season, has its moments of the Scream world, and we try as best we can to stay in that vein, but also kind of make it something applicable to 2016. Like the Scream world is applicable to 2016, so we play around with that. Yeah.
Very cool. So when you're in town, do you like hanging out with family, or what
Yes,
are you doing?
actually, I didn't even stay in the hotel with Bex. I stay with my parents in Fort Worth.
Oh, that's very sweet. Very sweet.
Gotcha. That's cool.
So you've done other work in other genres. Do you prefer the horror genre, or you just kind of go where the work takes you?
It was my first, kind of dip into the horror genre, but I really like it. It's certainly exciting. Every episode we shoot, it's like, there's a lot of blood and guts, literally. In this season 2 is I don't know, in my opinion, significantly bloodier than the first season. So there's that to look forward to.
Okay, we're old. We're so old that we remember when MTV played music videos. Okay.
I know, me too.
And now you got
Even I remember that.
Teen Wolf and Scream.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of it's like they're going into the horror genre.
I know.
It's kinda cool.
I feel like I recently read that they were bringing back some of their 90s, early 2000s programming, which made me really,
we're even older
really
than that.
happy.
We're even older than that.
I think they need to do like a VH1 pop-up video thing with the Scream TV series with little factoids.
Yes.
Oh,
I
that'd be
think
cool.
that'd be really
Yes.
cool.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool.
Very, very cool. So thank you so much for your time. You're very sweet.
So
And
fun. So nice to meet you.
welcome back to Texas.
Very nice to meet you. How have you liked the fans? Has it been pretty crazy with the?
Yeah, I think it's so cool to see people all dressed up, and it's like very dedicated. So
Yeah. All right.
Very cool.
Well, take care. Thanks
Thank you
again
so
for your
much,
time.
Bye bye.
I am Brandon Luna,
Randy Rankin.
and we're here with the guys from Among the Dead. William Instone.
Yes, sir.
Matt Rifley.
Matt Rifley. I knew Matt. I didn't know the last name.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Good. All right. Good.
So we talked to you. Was it last year or the year? Okay.
last year. Yeah.
Okay. So how's the project going since then?
Well, a lot has happened since then. We originally set out to make a feature film with the title Among the Dead. We have decided to go ahead and make that a short film under that title, and change the title for our feature film, which we will be doing later on this year. We have Zach Galligan now attached to the film
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
in a key role, not a cameo. It's a pretty big role.
Oh, cool.
And Bill Johnson from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and Elsie Holt from Your Next
Very cool, man.
signed on to be on the feature film.
We've got a few other people we can't disclose yet, but
Yeah.
they're,
That's awesome.
it's,
Okay, I can't say it, but you mentioned somebody last year. I'll ask you off camera.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Very cool. Very cool. Are you still willing to kill, just regular people from the street in your movie?
That's what we've been doing here. We've been here at Frightmare. We've been telling people, if you want to be a zombie, come at us on the Facebook, the Among the Dead page, and when we do casting calls, we'll tell you to come on out. And whenever we're doing those zombie days, just come out and be a zombie.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
want to be a zombie.
And you guys are shooting in and around San Antonio?
Austin, San Antonio, some places up by Waco. There's different locations, rural areas.
correct.
Mostly.
Basically from Waco down to Gonzales.
Just like guerrilla style, you just we got this cool place, let's go shoot there?
No,
No, we're going permits. For the short, we are.
Boo. No.
Yeah, the short's a little more guerrilla, but
Yeah.
when we do the feature later this year in the spring, it's going to be far more structured and organized.
And what are you guys shooting on? Are you shooting on red or?
We're probably going to be doing red. We're shooting the short on reds, yes.
Very cool, very
So
cool.
the feature will probably be reds as well. We use red cameras with old film glass to give it a kind of a dirty look,
Nice,
Very cool.
nice.
saturated, gritty, nasty look that
Very
I
nice.
like.
I heard there was some footage that we can see. Is it on the Facebook now, or is it? Did you guys just have it here at
We
the
had
table?
it here.
Should we tell them?
Well, we actually have more footage that we're going to add on next weekend. We go back to filming next weekend, and then we've got the entire short should be wrapped here in about 2 months.
Nice,
And-
nice.
Cool.
Film festivals with the short. So then we're using it as our proof of concept because we really would like to get a bigger budget and be able to do the film right. That's one of the reasons why we decided let's go ahead and make a really good solid short under this title, and then we'll come back with a feature film under our new title, which can't disclose just yet. We have a really kick-ass name that's going to be really cool once we are able to officially announce it.
Very cool.
Well, if I remember correctly, you're friends with Billy Pun, right? You know Billy? Well, that's what he did, of course, with Dollboy and then the Circus of the Dead. So I think it's a really good idea.
We had
That
a
kind of
really good
creates the buzz
conversation with
for it.
him yesterday
Correct.
about getting started up again. How he was telling us the story about how he got the funding for Circus of the Dead and everything. So yeah, that's kind of what we're doing right now because again, we don't want to put out crap. There's too many crappy zombie films out. Yeah. It's all about just gore and the scares and not about the substance of the story.
Right.
I want the zombies to look good, and that costs money.
Right.
I mean, one of my all-time favorites, and I think a lot of people's all-time favorites, is Dawn of the Dead. And I think the reason that holds up is because it's about the characters. Yes, they're zombies, and they're cool and all, but it's really about driving it as a character-driven thing. And you don't see enough of that in horror movies nowadays, I think.
Absolutely.
I'm a Day fan, so I like Day of the Dead better.
Oh, yeah, but that's also same thing, though.
I consider Day to be my favorite of the two.
Day is the best special effects also.
I like
and they're
Sean
great
the best.
characters.
Sean's my favorite.
Are we going to the Winchester later?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I almost wore that
Call
shirt
them
today.
shells. Call them shells. I love that line.
All right, well, thanks again, guys, for the time, and wish you all the luck, man.
Check us out at
Matt.
www.facebook/Among the Dead Movie. That's how you can find us.
Great.
Make sure it's all one word, Among the Dead movie.
Okay.
Among the Dead movie.
Movie.
We got
Excellent.
it. Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I'm Brandon Luna,
I'm Randy Rankin.
and we are here with Beverly Randolph.
Hi.
Yes.
Hello.
Return of the Living Dead.
Yes, Tina from Return of the Living Dead. Iconic role in a very iconic movie. It was one of my favorite zombie movies growing up. It got me back into the genre. I got to know, what was it like on the set with all these people doing this every day? I mean, did you guys, it seemed like you guys were friends. Like you did a lot of pre-work for this movie, unlike most horror movies.
True. We had 2 weeks of prep for the show, so it was very nice. 2 weeks of rehearsal, and we were all very close, and we still are. So
That's
it was,
cool.
it was nice. Great buddies.
Yeah.
Great friends.
So you had something in your history here that he wants to ask you about, and this is
Okay.
kind of,
You worked with Jimmy Stewart, obviously, at a very young age. Do you have any memories of Jimmy Stewart?
None whatsoever.
Are you serious? I met him. He was a great guy.
Oh yeah. Well, I've seen him in movies and TV,
Right.
but no, I was a baby. I was literally the baby in Shenandoah. I have a twin sister, so they'd trade us off.
Okay.
And I do have a fantastic picture, which is on Facebook, of Jimmy Stewart holding both my sister and I.
that's
That is so
awesome.
cool.
That's awesome.
Gorgeous, and my mom standing on the side. It's
Well, I
just
can tell you
cool.
he's exactly what you would expect Jimmy Stewart to be. I met him. He was a great guy.
I'll bet. Yeah, I'll bet he was.
So your character Tina on the movie was a little more preppy than the other punk rockers. Did they give you any kind of backstory as to why she was with this guy over here, or what the story was there?
Well, that's a great question. They asked us what we thought, which was very nice. And they did say she was Italian. That's why my hair was black. And Tina Spinelli, I believe it was. And I just said, well, I think I'm with him because, he's like the bad boy and I'm the good girl. And you know how girls are attracted to that sometimes. So that's what I thought. And they, yeah, that's it. He's the bad boy. So.
What was it like? Was working with all the special effects? I mean, they had some great special effects in that movie, and it was medium budget, or was it considered a bigger budget movie for that time? Or
Low budget, but the quality is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the effects were fantastic. Tony Gardner and Kenny Myers, they just did outstanding work. Which now they're both so famous, for their work. So yeah, great things, great set pieces.
Okay, so when you're prepping for a zombie movie, I mean, what, it's such a beloved genre.
Yes.
I mean, is there some intimidation involved? Or you want to get it right? Or, I mean,
Oh yeah, we all took our jobs very seriously because at that time, it's like if you got a horror movie when we were teenagers in the young 20s, when you got a horror movie at that time, that was like, oh my gosh, it was one of the big things for us. That and soap operas, believe
Right.
it or not,
Right.
were our thing. And so yeah, it was a pretty special thing.
That's cool. That's very cool.
So you mentioned in the panel the other day that you have an upcoming project. What is that?
Oh yeah, I started working again because I stopped. I raised my son, and my husband works a lot, so I can't do anything. But now I've got Caesar and Otto's Paranormal Halloween, and something called it was No Solicitors, now it's called No Visitors, and I play Eric Roberts' wife, and we're an evil family. It was great fun.
Very cool.
And I just did on Friday just a cameo, and it was Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, and she brought a ton. Kane Hodder's in it, a ton of iconic horror people to do this. Bill Moseley's in it.
Oh, nice.
Barbara Crampton, I believe, is in it. And Bring Stevens, myself. It was just, again, a cameo role, but it was just so much fun. And then I also have one more thing. What is it? I can't think of it now. One other thing, but it's not coming to me.
Look out for one more thing.
Yes.
Because that's coming
Hey,
up.
it's great that you're working again. It's good to see you out there. You still look great.
Thank
So
you.
it's very nice
Absolutely.
meeting you.
Yes.
Nice meeting you too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Take care.
it. Bye-bye.
You remember what the other project was, and it's Freaks of Nature.
And it was too good to not come back for. But Brian Peck, Scuzz, and I play cameo zombie parents in Freaks of Nature. And Tony Gardner asked the director, because he was a big fan of Return of the Living Dead, if he'd like to have us be these zombie parents. So it's Freaks of Nature.
Yeah. Great
Nice.
movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It is a hilarious, hilarious movie, and it's got a lot of great scares in it too. So
Thank you, Beverly.
thank you again.
Appreciate it.
This is Brandon Luna,
Randy Rankin.
and we're here with Michael Beck. How you doing today?
Man, this is an echo in the place, right?
There is an echo.
I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for.
So we're here at Texas Frightmare Weekend 2016. Is this your first time at Texas Frightmare?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've had a great weekend. Met a lot of wonderful people coming by to see me, and it's been fun. It's been
Do you
fun.
do a lot of conventions like this?
I do maybe 3-4 years, something like that.
Is it
yeah.
fun? I've always wanted to ask a celebrity that. Is it fun to do these types of things?
I think it's fun because I get to interact with the people that gave me a career. So, I have a lot. I'm a people person, so
Good.
it's good. It's fun.
So
Very cool.
the Warriors is why you're here. I mean, everybody, they had the Warriors panel. They all talked about it, but I got to ask about Xanadu because
Sure.
I grew up with that. I grew up with
And
that.
I love
and
Olivia Newton-John. So there
yeah,
you
Olivia
go.
Newton-John and Gene Kelly. I mean, how was that? That had to be a fun, or was it like a troubled? How was that shoot?
Well, it was in the sense that there were, I think, 4 or 5 writers hired and fired to do rewrites in the making of it. That made it challenging.
Yeah.
But working with Gene Kelly and Olivia Newton-John was unbelievably good. She is exactly the down-to-earth, kind, loving person that, her fans would expect her to be. And Gene Kelly, I mean, come on. I grew up on a farm in Arkansas. I'm sitting in a director's chair chatting with Gene Kelly.
That's
It
cool.
was,
That's got to
That's
be
pretty
freaking
cool.
cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
So the Warriors is taking its life on its own. You got video games now and everything. I mean, did you expect that when you made this movie that it was going to be that special, or?
had no idea. I don't think anybody had an idea. I mean, does any film that becomes a cult classic, Casablanca, did they know they were going to be a cult movie?
No.
Probably not. No,
Right.
no, we had no idea. None whatsoever.
So upcoming projects you want to talk about, or something you've done recently?
Yeah, I did an independent picture called The Grace of Jake. We wrapped that about 2.5 years ago, but as with independence, it has taken a while to get a distributor, which we finally got about 6 weeks, 2 months ago. So hopefully it will be out this year. So The Grace of Jake, go see it.
Yes.
It's fun.
And
It's a good movie.
congratulations on that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, any other questions?
No, I don't know this movie, and I feel bad about it. And we saw the Wes Craven thing yesterday.
They're talking about this movie.
Yes.
Wes Craven's Chiller. Okay. The
What was it
reason
like
we don't-
working with Wes?
Oh man, it was great. It was terrific. It was terrific. He's, I'm sure it was said yesterday in the panel, he's, where gentleman is in the dictionary, his picture is next to it. He was truly a gracious, really kind, extremely bright, talented, gifted man. It was a pleasure to work with him. The reason you haven't heard about this movie is we made it in 1985. It was a story of a man who was cryogenically frozen.
Okay.
10 years pass. They've discovered now the cure to whatever it was that killed him, and his mother has him thawed out and rejuvenated, and he comes back without a soul. That was that was the character I got to play, which was great fun. But it was an NBC television movie of the week that Wes Craven directed. So it had its initial airing and then repeat airings on on television. And they did make a VHS of it, which it probably has moldy or falling apart covers on them now.
Right.
But I found out actually from a fan yesterday who walked up and knew this movie, said all you got to do is put in Wes Craven's Chiller on YouTube, and there it is.
The whole movie.
The entirety, man.
Okay.
I'll have to check that out.
Yesterday when we were
That's cool.
researching, I saw that on his IMDb page, and I was like, I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
So it was weird to see
exactly.
that there you were. And you
There-
were in it.
yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
great.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you.
You too.
Glad you
Good
had a
luck
great
with
show.
the Grace of Jake.
Yes, Grace of Jake.
Grace of Jake.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Very nice. Hey, everybody, this is Brandon Luna.
Randy Rankin.
We're here with Kane Hodder.
Kane Hodder, Jason Voorhees, man.
Yes,
This is
Victor
awesome.
Crowley.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Awesome show.
Unbelievable show. I have lost my voice, as you can see, so I'm kind of in character now, but this has been an amazing show. I haven't been here for a few years, so I'm just happy to be back.
We're glad to have
Very
you.
cool. Very cool. I'm
So-
a huge Friday the 13th fan. My
Yeah.
parents took me when I was like 10 or 11 or something, and I've been a huge fan ever since. And
The
standing
best
next to you is
Jason.
awesome. Oh, yeah.
The
you're
best Jason.
I don't even think of Jason other than Kane Hodder. It pops into my head.
You brought personality to Jason through the mask. Was that something that was a director telling you what to do, or was that just you bringing it?
That's just my idea of the character. I just decided to do what I felt was right, and fortunately, people responded to it.
People keep hiring you. I mean, Victor Crowley, you got a bunch of Hatchet movies. Is anything going on with that?
Not that I know of.
Any upcoming projects you want to talk about?
Friday the 13th game coming out.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I did the mocap for Jason, and I think I'm going to leave now and go kill some more people.
There
like
you go.
this.
This is cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Kane, thank you so much, brother.